Hey ladies, I am Deepti Jain, and I help mompreneurs start and grow their businesses online. Now, today I'm going to be chatting a little bit about building websites for your business. Okay, now here's the deal. It doesn't really matter what kind of business you have, whether you have a product or a service, whether you have a physical business and that you're trying to promote online now. The bottom line is simply this. Pretty much for any business nowadays, any business at all, at some point or the other, you're going to need to have a website, right? So today I'm going to share with you my favorite way of building websites. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I love that so much. Now, of course, there are a ton of options out there for building your websites. Various different platforms. You're probably, barraged with ads about you can use us to build your website. You can use us to build your website. There are so many options out there, right? So, and of course, which option is going to work the best for you is going to depend upon exactly what you're looking for in your website, okay? That said, I'm going to tell you today about my favorite way and why I like it so much. And I wanted to also mention, by the way, that I do have a free handout for you with 3 different options, one of which I'm going to talk about today. And their pros and cons, at least some of them. If you want to download that free handout, you can just do that at deeptijainconsulting.com/your website. All one word, okay? deeptijainconsulting.com/your website. Anyway, coming now to my favorite way of building websites and why I like it so much, okay? My favorite way for building websites is WordPress. Yes, WordPress. Now, up front, I'll tell you that it's not the easiest choice to build your website on, not the easiest one. But I'll tell you exactly why I like it. And it's not that difficult either, okay? It's really not that difficult. So, the reason I love WordPress, 3 reasons. I love numbered lists. So 3 reasons why. The first, it's free. It's completely free. There are no upfront costs, no installation costs, and no ongoing monthly costs. I hate those ongoing monthly costs because before you know it, they really, really add up. And it's been 3 years or whatever it's been, you're locked into this way of doing things, and you've spent a caboodle, and now moving out of this format gets to be so difficult, right? So I love something that doesn't have monthly recurring costs, and WordPress doesn't have any. It doesn't have any costs at all, in fact. So I love that free part, okay? But that's not the only reason why I love WordPress. Of course not, because there are many things that need to be paid for, right? So just being free is not one of the reasons. It's not the only reason why I love it. I do like the free part. Okay. The second reason is there are so many plugins and themes that are available for WordPress. Some of which are paid, some of which are free. But if you don't know what WordPress is, you might be confused about the terminology of plugins. Plugins, forget the terminology. It's just stuff that you can download really easily, put on your WordPress site, and make certain functionality or certain appearance happen, okay? If you want to make your WordPress site look a certain way, if you want it to behave a certain way, if you want to have, a blog on there, if you want to have an e-commerce store on there, if you want to have all these various things, there are so many different ways of doing it. Some paid, some free, but they're all there. They're called plugins, and also you've got themes that you can download, again, free or paid, to make your site look a certain way. So you can make it look pretty much any which way you want. You're not tied down by, you can only make it look this way, you have to have it in this format, none of that stuff. You have a truckload of flexibility and freedom. So that is the second reason why I love WordPress so much to build my websites on. The flexibility and the freedom that it affords, okay? And the third reason, and these are just 3 of the reasons because there are many more, but the third reason is that you have a lot of control on the search engine optimization aspects for your site, okay? So the SEO, or the search engine optimization, which means that you get your site found in the search engines, which means that when somebody goes into Google or some search engine like that and types in some words related to your niche, okay, you show up. So say you have a restaurant in Cincinnati, okay, and say it's a Mexican restaurant, and somebody goes in and says, best Mexican restaurant in Cincinnati, and your restaurant shows up. Imagine, just imagine what that can do for your business, right? That's search engine optimization. But I'm digressing here. My point right now is only that I have found that when I build a site on WordPress, I have the most control over everything. I can control, what the URLs look like, what the titles look like, what tags I put on in certain places, all these factors that help optimize the search engine stuff, the search engine optimization. I found that I can do that best in WordPress. And that kind of ties in a little bit into advantage number 2, where I said you have total control over your site, total flexibility, total freedom. It really helps on the search engine optimization front, because some of these ready-made solutions, they'll come there and they'll say, your URLs have to look just so, you have to do just this, you have to make your images look just so, and it looks good, but you don't have that control in the back end that you ultimately do need in order to have your site search engine optimized in a really nice way. So those were just 3 of the reasons why I really like WordPress. I have prepared a free handout for you talking about the pros and cons, not just of WordPress, but also 2 other options that are super popular nowadays. If you want to download that handout, it is at deeptijainconsulting.com/your website. Okay, you got this, and I will see you next week, same time, same place. All right, bye for now.